Hi, I'm Peter. Scanlily's ability to share information with others sets it apart from its rivals. There are a number of ways to share information, and the recipient doesn't even need to have the mobile app installed necessarily. So let's get started. I'm going to scan an existing QR that I've added. I've got this game that I'm going to scan. Okay, so I'm in the game, and I'm going to show you, first of all, how you can get copies of your QR codes. So click on that little printer symbol, and then now you can mail yourself or somebody else a copy of the QR that can then be printed out. So that's one way of sharing information. Let's go down a little bit further. So as we scroll down further, you'll notice this button, publicly viewable. Let's click on that. So what we see now is that this can be shared with passcode 3405. So Scanlily cares a lot about security, and by default, there's a passcode required for others that are not on your account to see that information when they scan it. But you can actually turn that off. So let's do that. If I go into the upper left and click there and go to settings, and I go to subscriber profile, and I'll go to the bottom, notice here for the passcode, I can click disable. So let's say I have physical control of my items. I'm not worried about somebody getting their hands on it and viewing it, or I'm not worried about displaying it to the public anyway. So I can do that. Let's go back to the item. And I just want to point out something else here. So now it's publicly viewable and there's no passcode indicated there. And I can just click on this link here to get a copy a link and paste it into an email. Or even quicker, I can click on the little icon next to it, and then I could email it, or I could send it in WhatsApp or Facebook. I'm going to text message it. And then you'll see a message here along with a hyperlink. And somebody can get that hyperlink and click on it and see the information. And if there's a passcode needed, they'll need to enter that. And if not, then they won't need to. And they can do this via a PC web browser or a mobile web browser, or if they have the app installed, it'll bring up the app and show it. I'd like to point something out here. If this publicly viewable is not there, if you don't see this checkbox, it could be for a couple of reasons after you create an item. Firstly, this will only work with Scanlily QR codes because we have a special URL that sends people where to find this publicly viewable item. So if you go up in the upper left and you're creating items with manual add and not adding Scanlily QR codes, you won't be able to share those. And if you're a pro or business user, you can actually create other IDs that are not Scanlily QR codes. So that's useful for organizing and searching, but you won't be able to share that in this manner. Another reason that you might not be able to is, again, for security. If you're trying to share this without a passcode, then it's going to try to use geofencing. So that's going to require you to have a location enabled. So if you're not seeing that button, and you're trying to share it publicly without a passcode, then make sure that when you install the app that you allow the app to access your location, and then also make sure that you've not changed the settings. If you go to settings under user profile, there's a setting for collect GPS coordinates for items. If I turn that off, I won't be able to share them anymore. So we have these multiple security features for items. So now I've shared that item and I've made it publicly viewable. Let's simulate what it would look like with scanning it without being in the app. So I'm going to log out here, go to settings, and I can click on log out. And now I'm going to scan it just with the camera of the mobile device itself. So here we go. I'm going to scan it, and I can click there, and it's going to open it up in a web browser, and there you see it. So you can see the information in a web browser, and if I had bookings turned on, then or checkouts turned on, people could check it out and book it. So those are some additional features that can be done via this public sharing. I hope you found this helpful. Thanks for watching.